What's good with y'all boys? Welcome back to another Drawing Me video, where we draw on these sticker pages, turn it from blank to filled with nonsense. Today we got some blue and we got some red going on. Now, I ain't really got a specific topic once again. I'm alright with that because I was thinking about it. Like, honestly, whenever I do have a specific topic, it's kind of already touched on already, you know, like I kind of talk about like the same things in different perspectives, I guess, and that's not bad, but I find it a lot easier to just like kind of specify. If I don't got nothing specifically to kind of return to and talk about, then I'll say that, bruh. Like, honestly, because most of the time I really don't, and I'm alright with that. And today, especially right now, I do feel a little bit more physically exhausted than in previous times I've hit the record button, which feels good, but I do feel like really like exhausted now. But when I was out, I don't know, I've always had like these issues with my bearings, and like sometimes the nuts holding on to the bearings, holding the wheel in place and all that shit. It like I've had issues with that stuff, so it's like it's been a little odd. But when I was rolling right now, I kept wondering why I was losing so much control. Like it's happened, and it happens, right? And then like I'm told, oh, just like tighten your trucks. Alright. And I did, you know, I took my skate tool with me and I was tightening them, you know, I was walking down the street and I was just tightening them. And then I was like, alright, well, that seems good enough. I'll start rolling now, testing it out, you know. And it seemed alright. And then out of nowhere, like, I look and I'm like losing control a lot more often than what I usually would. And I kind of take a closer look, and one of my wheels is missing a bearing. And it's weird because the nut is still on there holding everything together, and it's the inside bearing. Like what the fuck? How does that even happen? I don't know, bro. It's just weird. So I was like, what the hell? It's still able to roll and all that. I wasn't like, because I was thinking, I was like, shit, do I just go home and like I still want to skate, so do I just go home and come back out and all that? And I was like, nah, you know what, I feel like if I go home I'm just gonna want to stay inside, so I'm gonna stay out here. I'm gonna just keep, you know, it's still rolling, it's still working, and it's like it's not even really there, right? So it's more of an issue if I'm thinking about it, and if I let it be an issue. So I'm like, alright, it's nothing, it's cool, it's still working, I'm still going, so I won't let it be an issue. I'll just go. And it was cool still. Like, who knows how long it was like that, but my guess is it probably wasn't that long. So it probably wasn't too big an issue. Or, you know, it probably wasn't too, like, there for too long, you know, whatever. And it was pretty cool outside. It's a nice day. I mean, not too hot. And yeah, it's just nice, you know. I mean, I was able to capture enough for a video, and I'll put that up too. So I did forget before I hit record to take a picture for a thumbnail, so I can't upload as I'm talking, which was the plan, you know. So that's alright. I mean, I'll figure it out as I go on. If I see the fat boy running around, or I'll just after this. I mean, it's not like it's a big deal. And last night, I left the drawings that I did on last video, last draw with me, number 14. So this is gonna be number 15, and if I'm not mistaken. And I left them on the desk overnight. And right before I was going to bed, my mom came out and she was like talking to me or checking on me or something like that. And they're just up. The drawings are just in plain sight, you know, like you walk past the desk, you could see it. So she's seen it. She's like, "Oh, those are nice. Those came out nice." And I could hear her like kind of ruffling around, touching things. I'm like, oh, she's just looking at stuff, so that's alright. But, yeah, I mean, honestly, I felt like those were more of a simple drawing than anything. So I was like, I didn't think much about it, but, you know, to get a raw compliment, something you're really just genuinely not expecting, it made me think more of it, you know, think better of my efforts. And which is a good feeling, you know, which is a good thing, because when you're just working for something and you're working hard, or you're doing something, and you feel like man, you know, like where's the recognition, or you kind of feel like you're entitled to it, you deserve it, I guess. Whatever the thought process is, you know, you feel like you're not being appreciated or whatever, right? For whatever it is. It doesn't gotta be just me talking about drawing. It's just a general statement. And for someone to just be so random, like, with, you know, like, wow, you know, look at this, or whatever. It makes you think more about yourself, you know, like, maybe not in an egotistic type of way, but like, wow, you know, like, it seems like my efforts are paying off, right? The way you're taking care of yourself, and the way you're trying with your work and all that shit. Real life, everything. You're balancing it out and you're trying your best still. And just someone just happens to give you a compliment. Doesn't that feel good? Like, seem good? Like, that sounds hella cool, right? Because for me in that moment, like, that's what I kind of thought and felt like, wow, you know, like, I know she was just complimenting me on my drawing, but it was more than that to me. Like, it was more than just, oh, that's a nice drawing. Because, like, no one's really, like, seeing it, so it made me think deeper of it, you know, like, because I seen, like, when I was reading that book about Bruce Lee's, you know, thoughts and drawings and philosophy, it was, he was saying basically, like, in order to, like, be something, you gotta imagine yourself already doing it, you know, like, you're already doing it. So why not imagine, like, oh, I'm a really good teacher, I'm a really good, you know, I'm, like, noticed by the state. Every student that comes up in my class is like it's a high percentage of, you know, passing, or it's a high percentage of, you know, doing well, you know, good behavior. Even on the worst behavior students, they come up in my class, they sit their asses down, and they get shit done. You feel me? Like, doesn't that feel good to be a person like you get complimented and recognized for your doings and your work? And it could be something as simple as just, that was, you know, they complimenting me on my work, but it was a lot more that I've been working on recently. More than just, you know, teach good students, or teach good, or put nice lines on paper. So it seems like, you know, that compliment goes a long way. I feel like, as simple as that. because I feel like in order for someone to be like a good in order for you to like give like a good compliment to somebody, like be able to compliment someone on their work, like you would have to know a little bit about them, like this, and see how far they've came, or you would have to know them like on a personal level, you know, like, so for this instance, I'm just documenting my drawing and my, you know, drawing journey, you know, few months or few years, who knows, I don't know. I feel like I've been drawing the same things for the past few years, so I kind of doubt it, and I'm alright with that. But next thing you know, you see, you know, a long time fan or someone, just someone that knows you in real life, like, wow, you know, like, I remember when you first started, and I didn't really think it was bad, but it's better. It's good now. Like, this catches my eye right here. You feel me? Or like, I remember when you were like kind of more shy about yourself, and you know, more timid, and you know, I mean, whether you still are or you're still not, I think you've grown, you know. This drawing, I won't lie, I feel like it's a little bit more different than anything else, like recently, because yeah, with these pens it's more like line art. It's not like, I can't really shade with these pens, so it's more line art. And I'm not really like, I'm not gonna lie, I don't feel like I'm too good or as good as I might have used to be or want to be with line art, because I feel like in my earlier drawings, when I first started, like, I would, you know, all I had was pens to do line art, just draw one line and that's as dark as it'll get, or as light as you could get it, you know. You can't shade with that pen. But after so long of, you know, messing with a lot of pens and like, you know, finding what works, what I like, because I think that's what's important, is doing what you like. I kind of felt like I lost the skill that I had, or the creativity, with just simple line art pens, you know. I don't know, maybe I didn't, but I feel like I'm not as good as I want to be, and I'm kind of overthinking, like, because I seen a video yesterday about a YouTuber that I would watch, Peter Draws, and he was doing like some sidewalk, he was like riding his bike or something, and it was just a YouTube short. He just did some like sidewalk chalk art, and I was like, man, that's the type of stuff he's always drawing. Like, I kind of want to like draw stuff like that too, like line art, or get good at it, get better at it. So maybe this is just the practice of it, you know. But I would kind of want to, you know, look at the videos again that I've watched of him, and just kind of damn near like study them, because like, I remember that's what I was doing before I started drawing, because I was watching a lot of his videos and like studying them, like, how do I do those lines too, and all that. And sure, it didn't come out as similar or anything like his, and that's alright, you know. Is my own unique ability too, my own unique doing. And I think that's where like I kind of want to go back to it, be able to draw stuff like that again, because I feel like right here is stuff like I used to draw a lot, but imagine like a full page of stuff like that. Like, I did that right there, no problem, it seemed like, and yeah, in my mind, no problem, but Shit, maybe I'm thinking about it too much now to even know how to do it. But I'm almost done with this like I still plan on doing like the Draw With Me series, but I'm almost done with these sticker pages, so it'll end up being like you know, pages out of a sketchbook now that I'm recording, instead of shit like this, like just random pages, loose pages. I think when you're drawing, just look at every you know, every page, every fuck up, every mistake, just look at it as practice, you know? Especially as, like, you know, being honest, bruh, like, as a mediocre artist, you know? Like, just look at it as, like, this is just practice for the next page, you know? The next page will be better. The next drawing will have this plus more plus better, you know? You'll have more of a thought process to it. And I feel like I used to be really good at that. I used to think about that all the time, which is why drawing was made so fun to me. And I still do. That's why I've been doing it as often as I have again. But I know there was a time in between where I kind of was like, just fill up the page, just fill up the page. Instead of like, oh shit, just you know, think about it, you know? Think about it, take your time. Think about it and think about it so much the next time it'll be way better. I just think when you do something, you know, that's when the discipline kind of starts. And I thought it was, for the longest time, it used to be the opposite. Like, you kind of stop doing bad habits, and you'll just be disciplined, you know, to stop doing it. But to give something up is to pick something else up, you know, let it be a good thing. And for me, this is why I thought it was the opposite, because I'd be like, alright, I'd stop doing what I was doing that was so bad and so draining, right? But I wouldn't really pick up anything else. I wouldn't do nothing else or nothing. And the mind would get bored, and next thing you know, falling in bad habits again. And it's not okay, because, you know, when you're constantly trying to be better and do better, you could pressure yourself, and that's where, you know, you fail. I think be less and do less, meaning, you know, like I was you have so many hobbies, so many things interesting you. You know, you can't be good at everything. You could be decent, I believe that, but you can't, you know, be as good as you were expecting to be. You know, you're trying to divide time and into this, into that, into everything. And it just can't work like that, you know? Just because it could be draining, it could be, you know, mentally and physically. You can't be everywhere at once, you can't do everything at once. And it took me a while to, like, I've read that in a book, but it took me a while to interpret that and realize, like, oh shit, that's where I'm fucking up too. I'm trying to do too much, trying to be good at too much at once. Shit, I also like to watch sports and play games and, you know, draw and skate and still play basketball and all that shit. But I know I can't be good at everything. So you cut things off and trying to not do, but trying to be, you know, the best at, or the best you could be at. Oh yeah, we're outside again today. I always forget to mention that where I'm at. I feel like I've gotten better at mentioning the other things in the intro, but then I fail to remember and, you know, point out, oh yeah, we're outside, bro. We're outside. Or we're at the desk, you know, whatever. But today we're outside for this video. So you hear the birds, you hear an airplane, cars, whatever. You hear some natural noise. And honestly, when I realized, like, it's good to just, you know, kind of let go of the thought of trying to be good at all these different things, you know, kind of, you know, feel at ease about what I am doing, feel better about it. Like, you know, this is like so much fun, right? So much more fun than what, like, it used to be. Like, sure, I've always had fun, but it felt like it got drained a lot more. I felt like I was chasing too much in like 5 different things, you know? Because I like to read, like to write too. All that shit. But you can't, you know, grow as much as you think you can, or you're expecting to, if you're, you know, trying to also grow in different categories and do different things. Because there's eventually, you know, gonna be boredom. You're gonna do something all day. You're gonna do something all day, and you're gonna get tired, and you're gonna get bored. That's completely normal. Then you do it again another time when you're not bored and you're not tired. think it's alright to feel that way. Just cause like I said, like those natural feelings of boredom and tiredness are what really stop, some of the main things. Nothing will beat, how much time you're really given in a day and everything to being good at something. But being, getting bored and tired of it just are key factors too, as well. That one's pretty cool, I ain't gonna lie. That was actually really nice. Shit, I won't lie. I feel like recently I haven't been like impressing myself though. Like I said, like I'm not gonna be impressed with everything that I'm doing. Not every drawing, not every like page that I'm filling out, reading or writing and all that shit. And that's alright. Sometimes it's just more of a habit, a good habit to just do and clear your mind. Clear my mind, And I'm alright with that. I'm alright with not being impressed and not liking this shit. Cause, I won't lie, who the hell would I be if, I feel like I would be like so, like, toxic and, such a high ego, boastful, all that shit. If I were to be like, man, this is so, like everything I'm doing, every little piece that I'm doing, everything that I'm drawing, every fucking note that I'm writing, like, nah, bruh, that's just, I don't feel that way, so I feel like that's why, because I could realize, like, you know what, I'm being honest with myself, I don't like it. I don't like what I created, right? And it just makes me kind of want to do better, You think about it. Oh shit, where did I go wrong in the drawing? Maybe nowhere, It don't matter. I don't think it matters because you did the best you could. And that's really all that's what matters. You did the best you could, and maybe it's more emotional feeling put into that drawing than like thought process and skill, Does that make sense? Like, let's say like I do something and I'm trying my best, but I also feel like hella sad. I feel hella angry. And I'm like, man, you know what, this fucking drawing sucks. I hate this shit. But then somebody, like a spectator comes by, somebody comes by and looks at it. Somebody. And they're like, whoa, that is so fucking cool. And you just can't help but feel like, it's bullshit. You're bullshitting me, bro. You're on bullshit. You're fucking lying. Right? However you feel about it, it don't matter. That's your feelings. So, I think they're inspired by it and they can't help but think about it and, twiddle their thumbs when they're able to connect the two, like you and this wonderful masterpiece that you don't think is so wonderful, right? But you also feel like so much emotion went into that shit compared to like as much skill as you are putting into a piece that you are trying your best at. Like you could be thinking like, oh shit, hold on, I don't want to put a line there, I'm gonna put a line here. But in that one where you're like hella mad, hella sad, you're not thinking about where you're gonna put lines at. You're just putting shit on paper and you're You know, getting by your day, you're getting by your emotions in the healthiest way that you know. And like one of the, you know, writing's probably got to be like, in my opinion, writing's got to be like a healthy ass way to get by your emotions, bruh. Hella good, you right? I think so. I hella think so. And maybe there's better ways that I just don't know about it. I think physical exercise is a good one, but you could still feel like those thoughts at the end of the end of the workout session, right? Because you're not like talking about it or getting it off your mind. You're just kind of working it out and exhausting that tension off of yourself, you know. I think anger, yeah, it's a good way to get anger off your mind. And writing could be like, well, writing could be both, right? Anything, but more like sadness, it seems like. But I think, you know, like, it's alright to not be impressed with yourself 100% of the time, because when you are, you're probably a really, like, I'll be honest, bro, like, really fucked up ass person, bro, like, really, like, fucking hella bad to be around, like, really annoying. Man, that was some cool ass shit I just did. I don't care, everything I do is so fucking cool. Shit, I'm not gonna lie, bro, and probably not really. I mean, it's alright, like, you've done cooler things, but I don't think everything is cool, bro, like, that you do. And I think when you're able to just, you know, be honest with yourself and accept that everything you do isn't cool and everything you do isn't gonna be, you know, as well as you were hoping and imagining that you're creating, the sooner you'll probably be happier and, you know, develop a passion for what you're doing. So I think that's how passion is made. The constant, you know, desire to develop. You know, you want to get better, you want to get good. That's why you have a burning passion for it. Like, can't nobody tell you no to not do something if you really enjoy doing it. You feel me? Like, you think about musicians, and I'm talking about not like string musicians, like, cause like string instruments, they're like a little bit more quieter, but they could still be just as, like, you know, loud, right? Obnoxious. They make noise. That's what an instrument is. You know, people make noise, right? Cars make noise. And sometimes, you know, people and cars could be very annoying, right? Because they make noise. They can make loud noises. They can make a lot of noise at one moment. Like, bruh, shut up, bruh. Nobody wants to hear that shit. You feel me? Like, it is so early in the morning. Why are you revving that fucking engine, bruh? Right? Anyways, those loud, like, you know, brass instruments, like a saxophone or a fucking trumpet. Like, you imagine, like, somebody that's so good at that stuff, they have a passion for, you know, they want to be a musician. Shit, bruh, music is everywhere. Music is life, right? Without music, nobody will get shit done. I believe that. I passed by like a construction site, or I've passed by a few times in my life, and they're always blasting their music. They're always playing their music. And, you know, you got people with the, you know, very, you know, whatever. They got their windows down and, you know, playing loud music. You know, and they're just driving in the parking lot, in the park. Like, bruh, shut the fuck up, bruh. Nobody thinks you're fucking cool listening to that shit. You know what's cool is Blasting Umbrella by Rihanna at a red stoplight. Now that shit was cool. I remember I did that. Oh man, that shit was cool. The people in front of me were like moving their car like they were dancing. I even had them turn around This car was filled with nothing but like 4 big ass people, big ass fucking people, bruh. I doubt anybody could sat in the middle, right? Anyways, they were like doing like hurdles to turn around and look out the back view mirror, rear view mirror, fucking whatever, bruh. Anyways, I was like, oh yeah, they like my music. Fuck yeah, that's what's cool. This ain't no rap music. This ain't no like trying to be cool or nothing. Shit, it's the same annoyance. I get that. I get that. I'm not gonna say I don't give a fuck. I'm not, cause I get it. Maybe I'm that person I'm describing. That's why it stands out so much to me. I think you know what? I think I'm alright with that. You know what? I think I'm alright with that because I could talk about it and be so honest about it to myself. I feel like if ever given the opportunity, it would be so much fun to do shit like this in front of like a real life crowd. You know what I mean? Like just talk shit with a mic, like to like a comedy show, right? But it's like not a comedy show, you know, just talking shit. Like I don't know. I was been thinking about that recently, like envisioning that happening to me, like given the opportunity. Oh, you want to come draw and talk shit? I'm like, all right, hell yeah, talk shit. Fuck yeah. That shit sounds hella fun, bro. I won't even lie, bro. I'm doing that shit already, right? They could be like, you know what? We'll pay you. I'll be like, you know what? Don't stress about it. I mean, I'll take the money, but I think this shit's like fun, bro. I won't even lie to you. And I'll be reflecting on my man. That was pretty fucked up. But I don't know. I mean, if it really wasn't meant to be, I'm pretty sure. You know, I have like God would have been like, we're not gonna upload that video, you know. And that probably would have like bothered me for a minute. Trying to think about, damn, why is this not uploading all that shit? But I don't know. I think about it that, cause I was reading that book about that guy at 400 pounds, Calvin Noel, Start Somewhere, and he was saying when his mentor, his pastor, his physical trainer had like said, you know what, I don't fuck with you, we're done. He was in the studio. I remember, I think I talked about it already too. He was in the studio and he you know, he's like, I'm thinking about just going home, but he didn't listen to that. He's like, you know what, with everything like against him that day in that moment, he still decided to just record his first debut album, and that ends up being his most like inspiring music that he's done, right? Most popular, whatever he said about it, like his most best work. And I think if everything against you and you're really trying, you know, you either got the choice, you keep trying, or you just like, you know what, because he was saying, it's like, you could, I just felt like it was a sign, like, you know, kind of questioning, like God, am I supposed to really be doing this right now? Like, why am I here basically in the studio right now? And, you know, we could interpret that situation, his personal situation, in our own lives, you know? And I think about that. Look, bro, I know I'm not the nicest person ever, and I'm alright with that. I'm not trying to be. My bad, bro, the camera died. Like I said, I'm not trying to be the nicest person ever, you know? I just know I would never be, because I got, you know, anger and emotions inside me just as much. But, I mean, I don't know. I don't really know. I'm just trying to say, like, you know what? I'm probably not gonna be, and that's alright. after this video, after I'm done recording actually, shit, I'm gonna go get some water. I'm pretty thirsty. I'm gonna get some water. And, well, I'm gonna try to find something to eat. I don't know. I mean, I'll upload these videos, but I don't really know what I'm gonna do for the rest of the day. I think today was a good day though. It's still not even over. One thing I'd be forgetting too when I'm coming out here, or just doing these, is like my shirt for like for my hand, so I don't smear the ink. It happens. I mean, it just makes it more authentic. I remember for a long time too, like I would like kind of stress about it, like, oh shit, there's smear on there's like smeared ink on the page or whatever, and it kind of made me feel like I didn't want to draw it anymore, draw on that page. I didn't want to finish it. I always did, cause like I said, I would, you know, try my best not to leave any pages empty, and just fill up every page, every whatever. I do as much as I can, get the most of my money, get the most of this. Especially if it's a gift from somebody, right? Like, cause I've had people, like my mom, she would buy me sketchbooks, and yeah, I take that more serious than I take my own shit serious. So if I bought it for myself, or I've like just took in like little notebooks, like the notebooks you use to take to school to like take notes on, right? Shit like that, the lined paper, the cheap lined paper. I would draw on those. If you like, there's been a handful of those that I filled up. Like, I don't know, I feel like I've always taken those less seriously than like anything like someone else has gotten me. Don't get me wrong, I still be bullshitting, and like not every page I'm like putting all this effort into, you know? Cause there's sometimes like I just want to make lines, right? I just want to mindlessly do what I'm doing, just to have fun, you know? And I feel like that's like the most fun. Like, I feel like that only happens from like pure physical exhaustion, like you're just kind of done with the day, but you're really having an urge to draw and all that. Shit, it happens to me a lot. But anyways, like all this smeared ink, I would let that stop me, and I would let that kind of control what I was thinking about it. And I'd be like, you know what? I don't fuck with this drawing. I'ma stop. Now it's like, you know what, bruh? It just shows authenticity. It shows realness, right? I think so. It's nothing more realer than smeared ink on a piece of paper. It happens. And now I think I'm alright with that. Especially because, well, I'm not planning on keeping this. So that's gonna be somebody else's problem they're gonna have to look at and deal with. Man, I fucking hate that smeared ink. Well, I don't know what to tell you, bro. I mean, I don't know. Or throw it away or something. I don't know, bro. Like, fuck. especially the red ink, because it's, you know, lighter pigmentation of color. So it's probably gonna happen a lot more. I see a lot more red ink than I see, you know, blue ink on the page. One thing I'd be like kind of wondering about a lot is like those you know, those Teslas. Those are like the cars of the future, right? Aren't they supposed to be? Me personally, I've never been in one, but I always see them. I see them a lot more, especially nowadays, than I used to like a year or two ago. Anyways, I mean, the one thing I think about is like are they like the more expensive type of cars or what, bruh? And then you know, they got the little power outlets and shit all over the place, just random parking lots. I don't know, I think I remember telling like the homie, cause I got a homie, he's like they got like the Cybertruck, bro. They got a Cybertruck parked up in front of their house. Anyways, bro, I don't know if I remember him saying like, yeah, you gotta pay for the outlet when you go to like the park or some I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure like I would assume it's probably not free, right? I mean, I don't know. But I also have this other homie, he would like some instances with like his car and all this stuff, you know, so he would have to Uber to work and Uber back home or whatever, right? He would have to do these things, and he would post a lot, oh, got a Tesla for an Uber, shit like that. And I remember, I don't know if he talked about it or he just posted like, oh, this Uber like got this Tesla got a mirror on the top of the roof or some shit like that. Like, what the fuck? Like, I think that seems kind of pointless, but like that sounds hella cool, right? To me that does. Like, what the fuck? Like I said, like I ain't never been in no fancy ass car like that, but well, actually, I don't know if I really have been in a fancy car. I mean, I don't know. Like I see those cars with the tops all rolled down, and I think that's fancy. I'm like, damn, that's hella cool. Or like I remember years ago, I remember just like we were driving back home from like the dentist or like an appointment, me and my mom, and there was this like older lady, and probably just her granddaughter, you know, a younger girl, just driving on the freeway with the top down. And they got their hair all out and shit, flying around. I'm like, oh shit, grandma got the shades on, everything, she's hella cool. Anyways, I'm like, damn, that sounds like a hella cool life experience, right? Like some cool. I remember I had a teacher in like 11th grade, and she was talking about that. If you've ever been given the opportunity, you know, have any of you ever been driven on like with a car, the roof goes down or something? I don't know why the hell she was talking about this. And I didn't know at the moment that's what she was talking about till like later. I was thinking about it. I'm like, oh, I know what she was talking about now. That seems like something hella cool to enjoy, right? I think so. But I remember the homie saying, he's like, with the Teslas, he's like, yeah, that's my dad's, but he lets me drive it too, and like my mom and all that, like we all drive it. I'm like, oh, that sounds hella cool, bro. This is like a year, like this is like a year and a half ago, going on almost 2 years, right? And that's pretty cool, bro. cause I be seeing those are like some of the fanciest looking, like most robotic ass looking cars ever. They look kind of funny, to be honest, bruh. Like if you know what that is, bruh, a little cyborg. I forgot the name of it just right now. What the fuck? Like the cyborg Tesla or some shit. The big gray one. Like I don't know. Like you can't tell me that shit don't look funny. Like it looks alright. It looks pretty cool. Alright, cool, but shit, it ain't no damn, it ain't no damn my mom's minivan. Fuck no. Well, her old minivan. Fuck no. That shit was cool. That's what's fucking cool. Shit, it don't be no damn Honda minivan. Get in the fucking car. Alright, bro. Shit. But I'll give it its flowers, cyborg truck. Shit's hella fucking big. But I be like just rolling down. Like I think just today actually I seen one just parked up in front of someone's house in the neighborhood. Like in a neighborhood. And I'm like, oh shit, that's pretty cool. And like kinda random, because those are like probably the most expensive cars right now, right? The cars of the future. I would think, they drive on their own, don't they? Or they're just hella safe, or, whatever. I don't know what the fuck they're, I don't know. It's Tesla. Tesla's like a future, futuristic company. But I think it'd be cool to someday experience that stuff. You had to check out a Tesla, or driving one. Probably not. I mean, I don't gotta be driving it myself, but someone driving in it, and I'm in it too. And I'm not saying, oh, the homie, but it don't have to be the homie, right? The homie I'm referring to. Because who knows, maybe I'm with the homie that's like, we gotta catch an Uber, alright, and it's just a Tesla. Hell yeah, boy! Fuck yeah. Like that, to me that sounds hella fucking cool. That sounds like some exciting ass shit. Like, that sounds way more exciting than like finding $100 on the ground, bruh. I'll be honest with you, bruh. I can't even fucking hold you, bruh. Like, finding $100 on the ground, that's gonna make somebody jump with joy, start fucking dancing out of their fucking clothes and shit. Whatever, I don't know what people do when they find $100 on the ground. Me personally, I haven't experienced that either. But imagine just like the homie's like, hey, we gotta get an Uber, alright, and you're just like, yeah, I ain't never been in a car like this before. Oh, this is so nice. Oh, they got seat warmers for the back seat too. Oh, the windows are all tinted out or whatever. I don't know. Or they got a mirror in the back, like I could hold up the middle finger right now and like look at it the whole time, right? Like it's GTA 5. Or and I got this person driving me around. Hell yeah, so I could, fuck around right here. I won't disrespect their car, but me and the homie could crack some jokes. We don't gotta worry about driving. Shit like that, right? Like, to me, that sounds like fun right there. Cause $100, what are you gonna, most people are probably gonna spend that shit. They're gonna be like, the thought process is gonna be like, oh, it's free money. Yeah, but you didn't have to work for it. Yeah, you just got lucky and blessed, but doesn't mean it doesn't mean it holds any less value than $100 that you had to work for. So they probably be like blow on some liquor or some scratch tickets, or fools and be like, let's hit the casino. Like, bro, what? That is terrible, bro. What? I don't know. Anyways, that's what I was thinking about. I'm not sure why, but I guess it's just how it goes, and I'm fine with that. Damn, that's messy. Alright, this is what we got and what we finished with. Appreciate y'all for watching.